But how was he enabled to make such a record of firmness of character, uprightness, and wisdom? It was the result of careful training in his early years. He had consulted duty rather than inclination, and the purity and simple trust of the boy bore fruit in the deeds of the man. So we know that at a very young age, Joseph was sold to become a slave. But before he was sold, I think his father really did a good job in instilling the values and the love for the Lord. It's a lesson for all the parents, no, the formative years of the kids. We should really train them in the fear of the Lord. The most brilliant talents are of no value unless they are improved. Industrious habits and force of character must be gained by cultivation. A high moral character and fine mental qualities are not the result of accident. God gives opportunities. Success depends upon the use made of them. The openings of providence must be quickly discerned and eagerly seized upon. So even if you're the most talented person in the world, but if you don't cultivate it, or if you have the skills, you don't use it for the Lord, it's still useless. Every day we have challenges in our lives, and how we deal with these challenges and how we face them actually makes who we are. Not to the people of Egypt alone, but to all the nations connected with the powerful kingdom, God manifested himself through Joseph. He desired to make him a light bearer to all peoples, and he placed him next to the throne of the world's greatest empire, that the heavenly illumination might extend far and near. There are few who realize the influence of the little things of life upon the development of character. It's not really about the big things, but of course big things matter, but how we are faithful to little things, because little things, if they're accumulated, make big things. So nothing with which we have to do is really small. The varied circumstances that we meet day by day are designed to test our faithfulness and to qualify us for greater trusts. So if God cannot use us with little things, or if God sees that we can't bear or we can't take the little and small challenges, how can God entrust us with greater things, diba? So like it intensifies, dumay level man. By adherence to principle in the transactions of ordinary life, the mind becomes accustomed to hold the claims of duty above those of pleasure and inclination. Because we know that as humans, we are really inclined to follow our wants, but it shouldn't be. We always should be check if it's the right thing to do, if it could glorify God. Minds thus disciplined are not wavering between right and wrong, like the reed trembling in the wind. They are loyal to duty because they have trained themselves to habits of fidelity and truth. So habits. By faithfulness in that which is least, they acquire strength to be faithful in greater matters. An upright character is of greater worth than the gold of Ophir. Without it, none can rise to an honorable eminence. But character is not inherited. It cannot be bought. Moral excellence and fine mental qualities are not the result of accident. The most precious gifts are no value unless they are improved. So you can actually check the book, Conflicts and Courage, because the examples are really great and inspiring and motivating. So I hope that we can be like Joseph. I think we grew up learning about the life of Joseph, but if we really try to read the other resources about the life of Joseph, you will be blown away by the lessons that you can gain from his life. his faithfulness, that it was even mentioned there that when he was being transported to Egypt to be sold, he was of course he was scared, but it was at that moment that he made the decision that no matter what will happen, he will obey the Lord. So he was really unwavering with his faith. Imagine even if he was next to the Pharaoh, right? And everything was given to him, to all the decisions he was consulted to, and he was in a nation that practices paganism, but he didn't bend. He was also and the Pharaoh honored his decision because he saw that the Lord was with him. Even in Potiphar's house, right? When he was given the responsibilities, the Lord, Potiphar saw that the Lord was with him. So do your thing as long as the Lord blesses you. Because I think if you're someone who lives for the Lord, the people will see it, and then they're also blessed by your presence. So I hope that all of us, we live here in Thailand and we see how they worship, their gods. And sometimes I see them and I feel like, wow, so they're worshiping gods who cannot hear, who don't even exist. And what a privilege it is for us to be able to know a God who really cares for us. So let's pray that we can be a light in this nation.
Amen. Okay. Before we end